Yes, we're getting live. Hi, Kawsar, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning and good evening, actually. Evening in our area, United States, it's a good morning. Yeah, we are starting our
Exactly.
live now. Yeah, just let us let's get ready so I can follow
Okay.
here the comments on my phone and we can start talking a bit. Okay, right. Most welcome, Kausar. How's it going in the States?
Well, it's a quarantine, it's quiet, it's perfect for some people to relax and take a break from all what's going on in the world and start
Yes.
fresh for the new year.
And how is the
So
Corona
it's a
doing?
Thanksgiving it's Thanksgiving weekend. Everybody's getting ready to cook the turkey at home with family. So it's more united family thing over the quarantine time, which is wonderful for some families and people.
That's perfect. We have
So we
Nasri,
always look for
Francisca online. Hello, hello. Yeah, we'll wait for some few attendees to be here. Yeah. So tell me what
wonderful.
are the precautions of Corona in the States now?
Well, people taking it more seriously and more responsible. Especially, I see it from another point of view that people here don't smoke in a public area. So
Mm.
you don't see anybody is without the mask outside. Nobody smoke outside. And then when we enter the shop to get any grocery or any shopping, so they limit the people inside the store. So it's always security getting people in and out based on the crowd. And they're very much people are very much responsible. They do their own test if they feel sick and stuff like that. So they already trying to manage it and live with it. It's part of the new style of life these days. So we have to live with it for sure, and life will continue.
Great. So, Kausar, you are an American citizen with Lebanese origin. You are a social activist in Lebanon and everywhere.
Yes.
You are a specialist in whatever it's called, imaging. It is called. Can you tell me what's that? Digital imaging, or what's it called? Your profession,
Diagnostic
your
imaging.
yeah, diagnostic
Yes.
imaging. After
Uh,
that, you had a long way into energy fields and aromatherapy, oils, and hypnotherapy, and all these things. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience on Bridges of Light?
actually, we always, every person, every one of us search for a certain path in his life to find the real thing that we're looking for in life, especially when it comes to especially this reality and this new generation. They always come to us, especially well, after we become a specialist on that, to find their path or to direct them through a certain area. I was one of these students maybe as well, and I was looking for something to direct me as a mentor to find myself and through things, especially when I was alone in the state, raising two kids and trying to fulfill my spiritual path. So the only thing that I was looking for through my during the time that I was studying in the university, it's something to fulfill me. So I study. It's not and nothing happened for no reason. So and everything happened for certain things in your life to perform. I studied diagnostic imaging and I did as an MRI technologist. So I had to do some part of quantum physics studies during that time. And when I started working with the X-rays and radiology, I realized the so many things that we cannot see that I was able to know the answer by physics. And from there, I went into organization for Edgar Casey's organization. They call it Research for Enlightenment. They do a lot of research based on metaphysical science. So the thing that you can't see, they do some research on it and they try to prove it by science. like telepathy, like anything in life. So I learned a lot from them, and we did a lot of experiments where I used to scan the patient before and after the experiment. So I learned a lot from them, and I get more involved every time in two things. The first thing that I study as a homeopathy, and I was trying to get the patient to do the MRI without getting sedated. So I helped them a lot to do the scan without being scared, or especially from the small space in the machine. From there, I was improving day by day. I took aromatherapy, I took hypnosis, and I took a lot of energy healing class like Reiki, pranic healing with you. We studied, we took some classes as well with you, and we did a lot more thing through our life, because this been over 15, 20 years that's of learning. So it's all accumulated, and you become part of this thing, and then you're always updating your information, and you're always helping other people, and you grow through this path. And it's amazing thing, because the more that we learn about this, the more it become part of us.
That's right. Yes. Let me welcome Hassana. She's a friend from Turkey. Hi, Hassana. Most welcome here. Also,
Wonderful.
yes. Okay, so we are talking. The topic of this meeting is about essential oils. We know about oils. We know
Yes.
about different kinds of oil, sesame oil, uh, olive oil. We know about different kinds of oils. But what is the essential oils? Ruwaida, أهلا وسهلا فيكي. What are the essential oils? Can you tell us what are these? Why is it called
Uh,
essential oil? And what's the difference between the normal oil that we drink or eat and that essential oil?
Absolutely. Actually, the part that we always think about is in the oil. If you go back into history, you find a lot of people used to use it, and then for somehow we lost it because we don't have the good quality of oil that it's been used before. الفرق بين the difference now, and I'm gonna talk in Arabic. So the difference between the regular oil that you've been talking about as the thing that we eat, like the olive oil or the sesame oil and other that, and the essential oils, is the molecule is way smaller because it is filtered. It's diluted, and it's the way that it's done. It's then you see it in very small, tiny bottles. This is like 5 millis, and this is only 10. So these bottles, as you see them, they're very tiny, small. And if you can differentiate between, oh, where's the camera? Here. Okay, between this top here and this top is different. This top, they made it more secure for the people and for the children not to eat it. This one is more easy opening, as you see, and it's dark bottles. This one too is different size, very much the same. Okay, so this is thyme. This is thyme. This is winter green. This is the two main oils that we always sell in the store, lavender and peppermint. The cap is more secure because this kind of oil we cannot eat. And then regular cap is the one that we can add into our food. But how much do I need? I need just 1 drop of that. Okay,
Sorry,
one
Kawsar, we
drop
had.
of
Excuse me. Let me interrupt here.
this.
We had an interruption in the broadcast. Can you show us
Okay,
again these two bottles and tell us the difference between them? We had
okay,
distortion.
okay. All right. Oh,
Move
okay.
it, yeah,
So
like this.
you
Yes,
see, this
exactly.
one
Yeah.
is a regular cap. This is a
Uh-huh.
regular cap, and this is cap more secure. You have to
Okay.
press it down, and then in order to open. So it's like
Correct.
the medical cap. So these ones are not made for eat. So it's
Uh-huh.
only
Uh-huh. Okay.
external use. Okay,
Okay.
and this one to eat. So this, if we're gonna talk about just the internal use, the essential oil, if it's very small molecules. The smallest molecule that you can take in chemistry classes, if you can remember that, the smallest it gets, the more penetration it can go through. But it's very much like the what you call musfaye. So when you put things through fabric, the water come down, right, and the hard soluble things stay in the fabric. It's very much like our skin. Our skin is like that. You know, the pore of the skin is very small. The molecule of the structure of the essential oil is smaller than the pore of the skin, so it penetrates through the bloodstream and it goes into the bloodstream and into the body. And what it do there, it take all the radicals out of your body. So it works perfectly. When I do aromatherapy, I tell them I work most likely in the feet because the feet and the hands are they have the biggest pores in the skin, and you know the skin is the largest organs in our body. So we use the feet and the hand for this purpose because the pore is big, and then the penetration of the oil goes faster, goes into the blood very fast. So and then we use the spinal cord. Everybody, all kind of method of a massage, aromatherapy, all kind of thing. They do basically the feet and the back, their main, and then whatever the extra thing that the special protocol that you use, it become later on after that. But why we use the spinal cord and why we use the feet? We use the feet. The feet basically have the smallest vein and nerve ending into the feet. Every time we work in the feet first, you're activating the nerve system. So when you activate the nerve system with the oil, and then you work after in the spinal cord, the spinal cord, which is the nerve, the the main nervous system, we have these oils that can penetrate the blood-brain barrier. This is what we call it. This area, most the medication that we take for inflammation, for pain, for whatever, any diseases, for MS, all kind of thing, it doesn't go through this area. This molecule of the structure of the medication doesn't go that far. Now, with the new technology, with the nanotechnology and nanomedicine, they were able to have a new medication for MS, for any brain issues, because that area doesn't go penetrate. With the essential oil, it does, because the molecule is small, as I was saying. So when we put it through the spinal cord as a drop, we don't dilute it with any other oils, as it is like that, the way that I was talking about, showing you earlier. It goes into the spine and it goes through the blood-brain barrier, and it eliminates any activities of radicals. Radicals, what create the any abnormal tissues in the body. We know that if there's so many radicals, they combine together and they form another form of tissues, which is can be benign or can be cancerous. لا سمح الله أو شيء. So this
Can
kind
we,
of
can
thing
we,
happen usually. Yes, you have a
yes,
question?
yes, I have. How far can we go in this treatment? It is certainly a complementary treatment, complementary medicine. But let us say this, the dear sicknesses like cancer, like these things that
Oh,
the really
exactly.
how can the oil complement the proper
Well,
the yes.
based on my research and the thing that I study, and this why I get so much involved with this, is the essential oils is it was mentioned on the Bible and the Quran and all the holy book for so long because it's the high effect of it. And especially now we were talking about that coronavirus, and we were talking about immunity, and we're so afraid about how we can each one of us, they don't know how good is the immunity level of each person. So everybody is different. So we were all scared, are we gonna get the corona? Everyone is different. I'm gonna get it, somebody else is not gonna take have it. So, and we
Yes.
realize a lot of people get the corona and survive without even noticing they already had it.
Mhm.
Essential oils work perfect on this purpose. Essential oils increase your energy level in a second. You see, some people, they don't know how to breathe, they don't know how to meditate, they don't know how to do yoga, they don't know how to do the thing that you teach them sometimes because they're not open into this kind of healing. So,
Mhm.
but if you give them essential oil just to apply it, by applying the oil and anywhere in your body, in your liver, in your chest, in your feet, so that alone that can elevate the energy of the body. And there's so many research say the higher the energy of your body, the higher the frequency. Everything is measured by frequency. The frankincense is like 300 something megahertz. The rosemary is really high in frequency. The peppermint is really high in frequency. Anything that you apply, geranium is wonderful for the people who's sick as well and have infection and this kind of thing. So the more essential oil you become a part of your life, the more that you're increasing your energy without noticing. But to get back to what I was saying on the spinal cord, the spinal cord is the storage area for our thought, for our thinking. So
That's
imagine that
important.
most of the time we're
Let
so
me repeat
stressed
this,
out.
Kawsar.
Yes.
Let me repeat this, and you can please repeat it about the spinal cord. How important is the spinal cord in our life
Yes.
and health? Can you just stress on that? I want this to
Oh,
be a
it's
important point.
yes, yes. The spinal cord is our nervous system, right? So when we do exercise, all kind of exercise, when we do the yoga, when we do all this kind of thing, we do it for that purpose. We do it for a purpose to keep the spinal cord flexible, correct?
Oh yeah.
So whenever we do such a thing like that, I mean, we're trying to make the spinal cord, which is the nervous system, more active. When we
Mm,
breathe, you can see you're hyperventilated. You feel like all your hands become numbs, your feet
mm,
become numbs, and it's a special treatment while you walk in the nature for a longer distance. You feel like your hand become numbs as well. This all because the circulation role, I mean, become and working with the nervous system. The nervous
yes.
system as a storage area for our thought. This is what I need to emphasize as well too. Every single vertebrae from your neck all the way down to your sacrum, it has a purpose. And then all this small opening into the vertebrae, sending messages to the organs, to our organs, from the neck all the way down. It goes from the to the liver, to the heart, to the kidneys, to all the organs in the body. So, based on our thoughts, whatever we think, we send this message for, we have special involunteer muscles. We all know that. We study it. So the heart beats without our thinking, but we have, and the organs work in certain
Yes. So I will
behavior based
emphasize
on
with you here
our
and emphasize
behavior
with
as
you
well.
to the audience.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, what I'm trying to give them the message here, thought is the builders. So whatever we think, we become. If we think we're sick, we become sick. If I go in
Yeah.
the morning, say the first thing that we say to each other in the morning, "Kif halak?" How are you doing? So if I say fine, I have to really mean it. I don't wanna feel sick and stay saying, "Oh, I'm tired, I'm sick," because I bring this energy to me. But if
Exactly.
I got to feel that way sometimes in the morning, use essential oil. Use some peppermint on my hand. Smell it. Go for a walk. I come back. I feel way better. So it's part of our lifestyle. But in
Correct.
every single vertebrae, to get back to that, we have emotional cabinet, and
Yes.
this emotional cabinet, it goes into certain organs. Let's say I do have knee pains, and I always complain of knee pains. For these people, they always judge themselves, and they always judge other. So if we get back to the knee pain, and I trace it back into the spinal cord, and then I do some massage onto to the cord, I know in the spot, this patient judging themselves so much, they're so hard on themselves. So just by working on their spine and knowing exactly where the area of tension,
Hmm.
I can determine what's problem with them. The lower back pain, basically, people are so sensitive and they're so responsible for their family. They have a big family and they wanted to get the money to survive and all that. You see a lot of people with lower back pain. The kidney and the middle back pain, I see a lot of fears on these people. So just by working on them, I can tell exactly what's wrong with them and why our mental thing triggering this pain. It's always mentally. It's always mentally. So many pain from the right side to the left side, and we divide the body into the right and left and up and down as well too. So the right side is always about your business, your family, all your friends. So it's not belong to you. Somebody, if let's say any pain on your right side, no matter what area in your feet, in your hand, it has a meaning. I don't want to go in details on that, but so it's from people around you. But if the pain on the left side it's your pain, you brought it with you. You in this life, in a past life, I don't know when, but this pain is belong to you. You have to change the attitude in order to release this pain. So I teach my patient when they come to me, and then I can really help them more than you can imagine. It's not like massage, you come, relax, and go. No, it's not like that. I
Yeah.
treat them at least 4 sessions back to back if they do have any disease, and I can get them to feel way better. As soon as the thought is process change and they feel they can support themselves on that, you will see everything start changing, and then the pain is gone.
Yes. Okay, we have a question here. Hassana is saying
Yes.
you're just matching what she is feeling, and she has a chronic lower back pain. I want you please to explain when there's a lower back pain, it has to do
Mm.
with what? Insecurity, with money, with tell me when there is a lower back pain, what does it mean emotionally?
She's very lower back pain is most likely is more responsibility. She find herself very responsible for her family, and sometimes it's not only the close family; it's her mother and father, her sibling. So she find herself working for more bigger family, which is her, the society that she live in. So she's a giver person. She's always feel like she's responsible for these people. As soon as she feel like she's doing this from her heart, and she's like a messenger into this lifetime, that she's doing this for a favor of herself, not for others, she will that pain will be released. But we don't want to be God. We don't want to be the energy that can heal everyone. We just want to be a messenger. As soon as we become the messenger on this life, we wouldn't get to be an attachment for the pain. So it's mentally, she can help her family, but she cannot be responsible for them, because each person, each one of us is responsible, yes, but responsible for their own thought. We cannot control other people's thought. We cannot control them as well. We're helping them, but sometimes we need to help them to feel better. One time that happened to me. I have a patient. He was very, very sick. I couldn't help him from the one session, and he was traveling. So I was trying to heal him on the spot and one time. And I did work so much on him that day. As soon as he leave, he was fine, but I got sick. I got sick.
Oh
I
yes.
took all his sickness in certain time. So what I told my teacher, my mentor that time, and he said, Kelly, all what you need to do, you just need to be the messenger. You get to do your job and keep the rest for God to do. And if you do have a
Exactly.
trust on Him, He's gonna do the miracle. And
Yes.
now we say it's a miracle, but for me, it's not a miracle. It's every day's life. It's some kind of practice that we need to do, and especially in our society, and especially where you guys are there. There's so many people have a big faith and hope as well. So if we really get this back into our faith and hope and release all that fear, everything will move in a pattern, and everything will move in a sequence where there is no pain. whatsoever. So this is really heaven. What I see there, it's heaven. It's when we really have a good faith with no fear. Fear
Okay, in
is the
such a case,
opposite of faith. How come that yeah,
correct.
yeah,
Uh, okay, let us take this specific example and talk about essential oils. In such a case, what essential oil
yes.
would you recommend?
Actually, lavender is great for pain. As I was saying, geranium is great for the pain. Oregano is wonderful as well. So, if there is any trauma, and she was injured with the, and that's why she got the pain. We try to relate the injury with the thought process that she was in that time before injury, and assign homeopathic remedies for that. Homeopathic remedies, arnica always work perfect for that. So I do give her essential oils to uplift her energy, and I give her arnica as a homeopathic remedies to release the pain from her body too. So it
Perfect.
depends about each person that you
Okay,
use
we
at
have.
home. Anytime you use it.
Okay, so
This is the
Hassana, for your case, we
okay.
can. Yes, I'm just trying because we had an interruption here. Hassana, so in your case, there
Okay.
is the homeopathy is a medicine called arnica. You can find it as homeopathy medicine, and also there are some essential oils, but you have to it should be applied by an expert. Is that correct, Kausar?
Well, if she wanted to just to, she cannot. The essential oil. I mean, the therapy it has to be done by the expert. But if she need to use the essential oil where the area of pain, she can buy them and apply them there, because the essential oil, one of their main target is they kill all the virus, the bacteria, and they're very high for anti-inflammation target. But they
Mm-hmm.
don't want to use the oil that hot oil like cinnamon is hot. There is so many other kind of oil. They're hot oil, so we don't want to use them if we have pain, especially if we do have inflammation there. So peppermint is very safe. Oregano is safe. Geranium is safe. Lavender is safe there. So this is the any kind of these oil. I wanted to give an example. In old days, there is no refrigerator. If you remember the old days, we didn't live at that time maybe, but I remember my grandma used to have one in her backyard where she kept some of the stuff that she used to use in the kitchen. They do use until now. They can make everything, and they put oil in a jar of to preserve the food,
To
and
isolate.
this why they wouldn't get molded. The oil itself, it doesn't, none of the virus, none of the bacteria live in that environment. So the oil itself can really kill the virus and can kill any bacteria. And this is what I was
Mhm.
saying. We have oil called Ylang Ylang. Ylang Ylang is the oil that we use for hearing aids. And one time I had my nephew. He was very tiny baby, and he was very sick, and they were putting tubes into his ear, and he was very much crying and sick from ear infection. And my sister-in-law, she said, "Don't do anything to him, please. I'm taking him to the doctor next week. They're gonna they change the tube, but it might be blocked, blah blah blah." I was like, I waited for her to get away and just dropped 2 drops of essential oil ylang ylang into his ear, one on each ear. Imagine the doctor didn't realize that he had an ear infection just once.
Wow.
So
Yes. I believe.
since then, I mean, my kids grow up with that. Yeah, I mean, people doesn't scare of putting essential oil in their ears, which is I understand. And if you search the net, they will tell you not to do that. But I'm telling you, it's very safe, and especially ylang ylang, lavender, peppermint. Sometimes I put it on the ear as well too, and it take away the infection in the spot. There's no need for antibiotic in our life, and the antibiotic it's not only killing the good bacteria, the bad bacteria in our body, it's killing everything, the good one as well too. So I don't really recommend an antibiotic unless that we really need it so bad. So essential oil can replace that in so many cases. So we're not only talking about the external pain, we're talking about the internal pain. Let's say you need to detox your liver, or you need to detox your water. You have a lot of heartburn. You need to lose weight. You need to detox your body. Just one drop of peppermint in a bottle with another drop of lemon. The lemon alkaline, the water. And we know everybody's talking now about the alkaline diet. So if you just got a bottle of water, keep two little bottles of these on your purse, and don't order soda, don't order juice. Just keep the bottle of water, put one drop of lemon in it, another drop of peppermint, and drink it every day, whatever. Make it a lifestyle for you for a month or so. You feel your body is rejuvenating and it's a cleansing, and you wouldn't imagine how better you feel. They did a test on part of a group of students where the students in the class use peppermint before the exam, and the other class they didn't use peppermint on the class. So they say the result was the student who used the peppermint on their exam did better for one reason: the essential oil of peppermint increased the oxygen into the brain with 35%.
Wow.
So 35% is a big amount. So so
Or-
peppermint, it's my it's I love peppermint. It's always in my purse. With lemon and lavender. These three oil I always keep them with me. So anywhere I go, I see somebody sick, I just rub their back, do my magic. So and
Good.
plus the homeopathy here that I see questions. I don't know who asked
There's
that
a question
question
here, yes, it's
about
from Hassana.
homeopathy.
Okay, she's
Okay,
asking.
the homeopathy. As for tinnitus. Um, yeah, essential oil. You can use lavender a couple times, or if you can get ylang, it's wonderful. Just use ylang, just like once or two times a week. You don't have to use it every day, and then you will see a relief for that. And I will tell you more about homeopathy. To tell you more about the aromatherapy first. The oil itself, I just want you to think about it as from a part of physics. The oil has high frequency, and here we're talking about energy. I just wanted you to keep this thing in your mind. The higher the energy of the body, the more healthy I am. There is a site, they call it 500 megahertz and up. So as if you keep your energy level over 500, you're always healthy. So anything can increase your vibration, as the breath, the essential oils, the nature for sure, the good food, the organic food. Why now we call it organic? Because we don't, and we don't want to get into that subject now, but the food as well can increase our vibration. Coffee lowered the vibration. Coffee. We always wake up in the morning so energetic, and we think we need to wake up, so we drink coffee. Coffee drop our energy down. We do have so much things to talk about on this subject, and I have a lot of knowledge on this. So I don't want to go over a different subject, but I can tell you more about the homeopathy.
We can
Homeopathy
talk
is
about
the
it
medication
we
or
can we
remedy.
can talk about in details in a different on a different
Yes, yes, but
on
homeopathy
a
is a
different
remedy.
my
Uh,
question
uh, uh, yeah,
my question
is
here,
a
what are the
remedy
side
without chemicals.
of
Yes, I
course.
didn't hear you.
First of all, we have to know that if you are buying essential oils, it should be without chemicals. And number one, and number two, what are
The
the side
essential
effects?
oils. No, no. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I
Yes,
lost
go
the
ahead.
voice. Okay, all right, all right. The everything when we go to buy oils, why I need to buy them a good quality. Sorry. the part there is when anything goes to the lab and anything restructured in the lab, they change the structure of the main plants, especially like the medication now. You buy, let's say, medicine for Lipitor for the cholesterol. Okay, there is another medicine for cholesterol called Cristor or whatever the brand. If you check the ingredients on the bottle or in the back in the box, you find the same ingredients and in the two. They're both for cholesterol. They both have the same ingredients, but this one names whatever, and this not one name another thing. But when it comes to science or to chemistry, they go under the name of statin. Statin, it's the medication for lipid for cholesterol. So it's very much the same for oil. But what's here that we're looking for? Why some people take Cristor and they feel good and the cholesterol level go down, and some other people go to the doctors and change the description because the Cristor didn't help. They give him Lipitor instead.
Yes.
I'm talking about this. I wanted you to get you into the straight point. The only difference between the two medication is the structure of the molecules,
Oh
and
yeah.
this is chemistry. If we remember, there is a small paper in every box on that we buy and the description and the ingredients. But on that paper, I want you to look into the picture of the molecule structure, how they combine them together. If anybody have seen this, this structure only change. So between the one hand, let's say, of certain molecule OH on this side, they make it a leg on the other side. They put it somewhere else and then just combine it this way. So when they change the structure, it's like a puzzle now. They change the structure of the puzzle. So if you need to fit this puzzle in your body, it's not gonna fit here unless that you have the same structure. So the essential oil very much the same. If they're not organic, if they're filtered, if they want to process, the molecule structure of that herb change. And when it changed, it wouldn't help us anymore the way it used to help us before. And this is another most important message as well too. When we use something is not organic, okay, it's always have extra radicals in it. And here we're
Right.
talking about the other diseases. The radical there is what makes us sick, because more radicals we get into our body, and the more things that we're gonna get from diseases, from tumors, from any other thing. So when I start thinking and knowing about this stuff, I will always choose the best food for me and the best treatment as well, without all the side effects that we can get into. So this is why I become more holistic and went through this side of my life, because I wanted to get rid of these radicals and be healthy and all that. To tell you the truth, there were study as well on very important study, and 35% of your DNA is made from food, the food that you eat. 35% is a high number. Why I have to depend on medication? If I know if I eat healthy, I can change my DNA. So for the people who get inherited certain diseases from their family, like diabetes or heart disease or whatever, if we can take care of our food habits and change it for a better lifestyle and be on alkaline diet for a certain time, all this can be disappear. And the other 35% in our DNA is the thing that we get from our parents. So here we get 35 from the food and 35 from our family. So we had left another 30, so 35 and 35 is 70. So we get 30 left. And you know this 30% where you get them from. And some people accept that fact, some people doesn't. But we get the 30% in our DNA from past lives. And this gives me
Yeah.
goosebumps. So,
Yeah.
and especially as a homeopathy, homeopathic person, I can see the trace of DNA, and 30% is a lot too, from our ancestors and from the thing that we think, or the deja vu thing that we sometimes have during our daytime. It's just from that, because it's in our DNA, and every single cells in our body is vibrating and talking to the other cells. So if we really live in harmony in our body, and know each organs how they work with each other in a beautiful harmony without even interrupting to each other, we know this is real.
True.
And there's so many
Let me
research on this
clarify
subject,
something.
and I mean, we can
Yeah,
talk forever about it.
you mentioned something very important about the molecules of the essential oil and how they change it. It is just the same like a
Yes,
carbon and a diamond. The carbon and the diamond, they have the
yes,
same, they are the same thing, but how the molecules are arranged is the difference. What can
yeah,
make a carbon a diamond with that big difference is the molecules and how it is arranged. So when we are playing and changing with the molecules of any substance or medical or oil, of course it will affect its credibility and its efficiency. That's correct. Tell me, who should not
absolutely.
use essential
Yes,
oils?
yeah, I didn't hear the question.
Yeah, who should not use essential oils? Who
Oh,
should not use? Yeah.
um actually, I don't think anybody cannot use essential oils. Everybody can use it, but we have to use the right ones. Now with the internet search, that it's easier to adjust and learn. I mean, I can give you a class over which oil is for which, and there's a lot into this. But my main concern, I don't use hot oil for anybody unless that
Mm,
I'm special, the special person is doing that. And the
mm,
cinnamon and the hot oil basically can increase inflammation. Most of the pain is caused by inflammation. So if the person
mm.
doesn't know exactly what kind of oil I should use, that's why I tell them to use peppermint or to use lavender. So if you don't know what kind of oil you should use, you can search it. You can make sure that you're using the correct one, but don't
Yeah.
use hot oil for pain, because especially if it's from inflammation, because that can increase the inflammation, and we don't need that.
Mm.
So basically,
Okay.
it's for muscle tension, or for like a cramping and for stuff like that. Hot oil is good for that, but I don't recommend it for anyone to use it personally, unless they know exactly
Fine.
what's the cause of the pain.
Okay. One question here about now we are living
But
in the age of
internal use as
yes.
yes.
Yeah. My question is that now with this pandemic and the corona, how can the essential oils or what do you recommend to increase the immune system in our bodies to fight the corona or to be more defensive for the coronavirus?
Oh yes. Actually, everywhere, we you were talking about us earlier, that I was in the all the time in the streets with the protesters, and I'm so active in there, and I really thought that I'm gonna change the world now. And a lot of people who have this kind of thinking, spiritual thinking, they think, oh, maybe it's the time to shift and really see people more working toward humanitarian issues, and be all in a global life as together as one. And then this pandemic thing, it happens to be all global, and it sometimes, as bad as it is, we felt like we're all equal, you know. So
Yes.
when I was going down into the street, I had double mask all the time, and then inside the mask, I had put some eucalyptus oil.
Eucalyptus. Okay.
Eucalyptus oil is my favorite as well. I love eucalyptus oil. It works perfect. Um, Eucalyptus can increase the oxygen in the blood as well, because we always have in the mask and we feel we cannot breathe.
Mm.
especially if we're going into a long meeting on, and some teacher now going to teach, or we have to wear the mask all the time, all day long in our office or whatever. So this is a good habit to use different oil between peppermint, eucalyptus, lavender, as well. I keep repeating these three oils. Use them under the mask. Put little drops into the mask and just keep inhaling it, and it make you feel all open, especially if you sometimes you feel like you're short of breath, So eucalyptus is number one for coronavirus.
Yeah.
And the other mint and thymes and oregano is really good. They're so strong. Sometimes I dilute them with other oils like lavender, so it wouldn't be too strong for me. But the safest one to use is eucalyptus and peppermint.
Eucalyptus. Okay, so we are running short in time. Let us have a very quick
Okay.
notion on the cannabis oil. Very short one, and then we go and we end
Okay.
it up with
All right.
three recommendations that our audience can carry it with them.
Okay. All right. All right. The cannabis oil is another field of that I study, and هو that it's in our traditional life. It's very well known as the hashish, well the marijuana. And now it's all brought coming as well all over the world. They're trying to make it legal. The thing that I wanted to tell you guys, this plant is not like any other plant. And this oil is not let any other oil. They don't use this oil as essential oil. They use it as cold pressure oil, like the olive oil and the other oil that you were talking about earlier. So this oil have two main properties. Okay, the main property of this oil is a CBD and THC. The THC that we don't use much in our medical health, except for certain patients who have a lot of pain, like cancer or MS or any other kind of disease. But and because it's this part is that make people hallucinating. So we're main concerned about the CBD and the cannabis. CBD has two property as well, CBD1 and CBD2. CBD1, if you remember, we were talking about essential oil and we were talking about the nervous system and how the molecule structure penetrate the nervous system to go inside the spinal cord. CBD1, it's very much the same formula of the nerve inside the spinal cord, and CBD2 is this formula outside the spinal cord. So it's mainly the same formula your nervous system is made of. So
Mm.
the way that we use the CBD to strengthen our nervous system, it will increase our immunity, and it will increase our vibration and for a better human health. So our two main organs that who we really need it to keep it up until this level, especially on Corona now, it's our nervous system and our immunity system. Immunity system effectively affect directly with our nervous system. So basically, if I increase the immunity of the my immunity, I would definitely have to work on my nervous system. So using cannabis to that can increase the immunity, and that will keep corona as well away from us. So I'm not trying to encourage people to go smoke hashish now and thinking this is gonna be it. No, there is a difference
It is
between the cigarette
essential
and the
oil.
oil.
It's
So
exactly.
both of them have CBD in it, yes, but it's different.
Okay,
Yes.
that was really
Thank you for
great.
your
What
time. I don't know if I took so long, but
no, that was very nice. Okay, so let us end up with the three recommendations that you have
okay.
informed us about. First of all, you regarding the corona and the immunity on the mask. So let's get benefit of this mask and put few drops of eucalyptus or lavender or peppermint. So this will give us a higher vibration so we can be more immune to the coronavirus. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, number two, the acidity. What are the drops
And wear
of
double mask.
what?
Wear double mask if you think that you're in a risk in the big crowd.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So the acidity is what oils is good for the acidity? Lavender and
I geranium is wonderful for that as well.
okay. And for the lower back, as we
For the
said,
lower back, peppermint and lavender.
lavender, exactly. So mostly we are talking about
And
lavender and
I was
peppermint.
saying, if there is a, if, yeah, if there is a,
Yes, go ahead.
yeah, I wanted to give another advice. If the person have a certain project, they're working so much and their mind is so confused and they cannot focus on how to arrange their thoughts, frankincense is very good for that. And the way to apply it, you can apply it on your hand and smell it, because the smell is one of the five senses that we have, and we don't use it much. We think it's not. We don't think about it like in animals. Animals, have more tense on the smell feeling. So just by smelling it, it can increase the ability of organizing our thought. So this is why you see frankincense everywhere in the church and most of the places they light frankincense. That organizes our thoughts very well. And the other thing, if you really want to have a test or have an exam or anything like that, I can put consent on the tip of my big toe, so drop it on the big toe and rub my toe before I go to the exam, and that can help as well, eliminate some negative and then focus. And can we say on the healing process, connect you. So when we are connected, we can do way better. And always go with your first thoughts. Your first thought is your connection. When you start thinking more about your questions, you lose it sometimes, and it's not from your intuition anymore.
Great. So Kausar Chaya, thank you so much for being with me today on this very important subject. I hope
I am.
all the
Thank you thanks again.
I thank you so much, and I hope
Yeah, same to
everybody.
you. I wish to see you in person sometime soon as well.
We hope so. When you come from the other part of the world,
God
you come
bless you.
back to the Middle East. Hope everything will be fine. I would like to thank the
Yes,
audience, all the audience, everybody who was watching us, and everyone who will watch us later. If there is any question, please, you just can drop a question under this list here, and we and the Kausar will be are more than happy to answer all the questions. Kausar, thank you so much. Is
absolutely.
there anything?
Yes, yes. You're welcome.
Hassana, thank you for being
Beautiful. Have
Feline,
a beautiful day now.
Nasri,
Take care.
everyone. Thank you so much and have a great day. And regards to the kids.
Yes. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, our session with Kelly, with Kawsar Chaya, is over. We talked about the essential oils. It was very beneficial, at least I think this way. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. Good night and hope to see you with all the best of luck in your life, health, and wealth. Okay, bye bye. Remember that everything starts with a thought. So, the more and the better refined thoughts you have, the better body and health you have as well. Good night and bye bye.